Hi everyone, I'm Shannon Schroeder, F-Bomb coach. I help ADHD women build sustainable systems for their business to calm some of the chaos that they live with. Today we're going to talk about New Year. So New Year, same brain, right? If you're an ADHDer who sets big goals every January and then watches them fizzle by February, this video's for you. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to set goals that your actual brain can follow, how to stop ghosting your own plans, and how to build simple systems that keep you moving even when you don't have any motivation. First up, we need to talk about how it's not a willpower issue, it's a wiring issue. You know what it's like. You buy a fresh planner, it's beautiful, it's pristine, you get 12 colored pens, you make a big list, right? All the things you're going to do. Week one, you're on fire, you're doing the things, you're hitting all of the tasks. By week three, you're avoiding your own planner like it's your old ex, right? This pattern is an ADHD thing. You tell yourself you're lazy, you're inconsistent, you're not serious, you're too much. You think the answer is more discipline, more pressure, more shame. But if you have ADHD, your brain cares about interest, urgency, and emotion way more than boring long-term goals, even if it's a goal that you really want. Long-term is something so far down the line that your brain's like, we'll get there eventually. Your brain isn't broken, it just doesn't respond well to vague someday goals and giant to-do lists. Those giant lists are overwhelming. You can't fix this with more self-hate. You fix it by building goals that fit the way your brain naturally works. So before we go any deeper, drop a comment. Let me know, what is one New Year goal that you've set every single year and then quietly abandon by March, if not earlier. You want to make your goals ADHD sized. Goals like grow my business or be more consistent on social sound great in theory, but your brain doesn't know what to do with that on a random Tuesday afternoon. Big goals feel heavy, and so your brain just files them away under later. Yeah, we'll do it later. Think of it like this. Your big vision is the horizon, that later part, but your ADHD goal is the next 10 steps. It's the little hops that you're going to make to get to that big thing. So if you have one main 90-day outcome, one thing that you want to have happen in the next 90 days, then you're going to pick 2 to 3 weekly actions and then daily micro tasks. For example, if your 90-day outcome is to sign 5 new clients, your weekly actions could be post 3 times a week about your offer, have 2 sales conversations a week. You need to get those done during the week. What do your daily micro tasks look like? Send 1 follow-up message, write 1 short post or story. Whatever you make your micro tasks, your daily tasks, you have to make them winnable. Your brain loves wins. It hates endless projects with no clear finish line. It's yes, I'm putting in the work, and yes, I'm making progress, but I haven't done anything yet. If you give your brain a very specific winnable goal, you'll actually finish it. And then your brain gets that hit of, I did it, let's do more. So take one of your big New Year goals and ask, what would this look like if it were a 90-day project that I can see and count? You need to build systems for who you are today. Your January self, your resolution self, plans for this perfect future version of you who wakes up at 5 a.m. and batch records all of your content. You cook, you work out, you remember to drink water, you journal every day, and you never check Instagram during work. Then your real brain shows up, and none of that matches the way it actually is. It's not that you're unreliable. You keep trying to plan for a person who doesn't exist. You need systems that work not just when you're excited, because that's why you start off so strong in January. You're excited, but they also need to work when you're tired, when you're scattered, and when you're hormonal. You need to have systems that work no matter what. So what do some of these system shifts look like? First up, fewer tools, more repetition. You don't need 3 planners, 5 apps, and 7 different methods. You need one place, one simple place where you could see what matters today. A whiteboard next to your desk, one notebook for daily lists, a project tool like Trello or Notion, but only if you're already using it. Don't take on the project of learning something in order to be able to use it. If a tool needs a whole system to manage, it's too much. Next up, make tasks obvious and visible. You know that out of sight is out of mind for ADHDers. That's why you own 3 of the same thing, because you put it away, forgot where it was, and forgot you owned it, so you bought another one. Put sticky notes where your eyes land often, on your laptop, your bathroom mirror, your fridge. Keep your most important project tab open on your computer instead of burying it in a folder. Use some simple visual cues. A sticky note that says client follow-up on your laptop. That lets you know what you should be doing. A printed checklist on your wall. It needs to be in your face so that you remember to do it. Use friction and ease on purpose. You can change your behavior by changing how easy or hard something is. So for important things, the things that you know you need to do, then you need to make them easier. Draft templates for your emails. Save a list of content ideas on your phone, in your notes app. Keep your filming set up semi-ready so you could hit record fast. If you put everything away and have to drag it all out every single time, you're creating barriers that make it easier for your brain to say, not today. When it's distractions, things that are easy to fall into, you need to make them harder. So take your social media apps and put them in a folder on the last screen of your phone, because now you've got to swipe and open and then click. It's going to slow you down and make it harder. Again, that makes your brain say, not now. Use website blockers when you're doing some deep work. Because if it's harder for you, yes, you can overwrite it. You created the system. We know this. But if you have to take those extra steps, you're more likely to not take them. Put your phone in a different room when you're doing focus sessions of work. Yes, you could really go get it if you want it, but most of you are just going to sit and do the thing you're supposed to do and then go get your phone. Plan for low energy days on purpose. Your plan has to work on your tired, overloaded days, not just on your perfect days. So create a bare minimum list for your business. A bare minimum day. What does that look like? You respond to your paid clients. You check for payments and urgent messages. Do one 10-minute task that moves the project forward. If you have a plan for those low energy days, you know they're going to happen. You know you're going to have days when you're just not feeling it. And if you are someone who struggles with depression or chronic illness, you know that you have more of those days. You need to have a plan so that you're doing something. What does that day look like? What is the bare minimum? Because if you can keep your business alive on your worst days, then your best days can actually be used to grow it instead of playing catch up and putting out fires. If you can do that bare minimum on those hard days. Use dopamine to your advantage. ADHD brains chase dopamine. Your brain wants that hit of, ooh, that feels good. This is why boring admin work feels painful and last-minute emergencies feel weirdly easy. You are used to living in some chaos. And when that chaos hits and you handle it and you do all of the things, you're like, oh, I'm good at that. Your brain likes it. Your brain likes that kind of challenge. So learn to use that instead of fighting it, instead of letting it surprise you. So what are some strategies to work with that dopamine? Number 1, make tasks shorter than you think. Tell yourself, I only have to do this for 10 minutes. If it's something that you're dragging your feet on, set a timer, work for 10 minutes. Then you decide whether or not you want to keep going. Half the battle is usually starting. The timer tricks your brain into feeling safe because you're like, I can do it for 10 minutes. And once you get started, though, your brain will be like, it's not that bad. We can finish. But if it is that bad and then you walk away, even though it's not done, that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're walking away forever. It means I'll come back and do another 10 minutes later. Number 2, add tiny rewards. Before you start a task, pick your reward. Make it small, make it clear. When I send these 3 emails, I get to scroll TikTok for 5 minutes. You better set a timer for that one. After I film this one video, I get to have my favorite coffee. When I finish my CEO admin hour, I get to watch an episode of my favorite show. Know what the reward is because your brain's like, ooh, if I do this, then I get that. And that's what you want to do. Number three, stack tasks with something that you enjoy. Pair your tasks that you usually avoid with something that you like. So do your invoices while listening to some favorite music. Plan your content while sitting in a coffee shop that you like to hang out at. Fold your laundry while listening to a podcast. Number four, add body movement before focus work. ADHD brains often focus better after you've moved. So do 3 minutes of jumping jacks or dancing. Do a quick walk around the block. Stretch at your desk with a timer. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't need a whole workout. But once your body is moving and you've got all the right chemicals going in your brain, then your brain's like, okay, I got this. I can do it. You need support, not self-attack. A lot of ADHD women use shame as their main accountability tool. You tell yourself, if I'm hard enough on me, I'll finally change. That doesn't work. It just makes your nervous system shut down. Telling yourself that you're stupid, that you're lazy, you're inconsistent, that you can't handle it, you don't know how to follow through, all of that beating yourself up, you need to stop because you're not making yourself better. You are freezing and you're not going to make the progress that you want to make. So what do you do instead? You need some better accountability options. So try low pressure co-working. It could be a virtual body doubling session. It could be a live co-working. There are apps that Flown and FocusMate that you can, join a co-working room, and it's just a room full of people who are all working. You could text a friend and say, hey, this is what I'm doing for this hour. And then you check in later. How much did you get done? You need to do some gentle tracking. You want to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay. Mark the days that you're doing the things, even if you only did it for 5 minutes, but you want to track that progress. Do it simply. And it's not about tracking perfection. It's about tracking the fact that you showed up. So if you did something, it may not have been the whole task for the day, but you did something, you get credit for that something. You are training yourself to look for the wins. And then you want to review with curiosity, not blame. You're not a bad CEO if a plan doesn't work. Do you think that, Bezos is worrying if he lost some money on Amazon this week? No, he's saying, okay, why didn't that work? Let's fix it. So you are a smart CEO when you adjust the plan. So you need to ask yourself, what worked for my brain this week? What didn't work? Where did I disappear? What got in my way? What's something that I can tweak for next week? You're teaching yourself to look at, okay, something didn't go right. It is a data point. It is information. It is not a failure. You are saying, okay, something needs to change. So then you change it. Here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't need a brand new personality to follow through this year. You need goals that are ADHD sized, systems that match your real life, and support that doesn't shame you. Right now, before your brain gets distracted, pick one thing to do in the next 24 hours. Not 5, just one. Maybe it's writing your 90-day outcome. Put it on a sticky note and put it on your desk. Maybe it's setting up a 10-minute timer to finally start the task that you've been circling for weeks. Maybe it's texting a friend and saying, hey, do you want to do a weekly co-working call so that we can show up and do what we need to do? If this video helped you feel seen as an ADHDer, hit like so YouTube knows to show it to more women like you. Subscribe if you want more ADHD-friendly strategies for running a real business. New year, same brain, but this is a better plan. You've got this.